Hey guys, today I'm going to talk about a luxury brand that I unfortunately made the mistake of trying recently. And it's working really well for me. Oh, so frustrating. But anyhow, that's what we're going to talk about today. Hi, I'm Kelly, and this is Kelly Media, where we talk about all things skincare, beauty, and lifestyle for those of us over 50. And if you'll stay with me until the end of the video, I'm going to share with you my number one trick for making my under eye concealer look flawless. So stick around. And if you like this kind of video, please give me a thumbs up. It helps a lot. And let's get started. The brand that I'm going to talk about today is Chantecaille, and that's a French name. I'll put the spelling up on the screen if you haven't seen this or heard of it. It is a luxury brand that was started in 1998 by a woman named Sylvie Chantecaille with her daughter Olivia. And their big thing is using the very rare Rose de Mai in their skincare, and rose water is the number one ingredient in all of their skincare. They also have beauty products. So the first thing I want to talk about is the Rose de Mai Eye Lift. This product comes in a tube like this. You pull off the cap and it's got a dispenser with this nice cooling metal dispenser. So you press this down. One pump is enough for both eyes, top and bottom. And when you dispense it, you're gonna go around and around. And it has this really nice cooling effect to the eye, which of course feels great in the morning. A lot of us have puffy eyes in the morning, so it feels really good and helps with some of that fluid retention and swelling that we get overnight. It does have a very slight rose scent, and I have to be honest, rose is not my favorite scent, but this is very faint, and honestly, I don't even notice it when I'm putting it on. The only reason I noticed it just now is I made a point of smelling it. I enjoy the cooling effect of the applicator, like I said, but I also like the silky gel-like formula. It's not a thick, heavy cream. It's very light, so I love it for daytime. It can be used at night as well. Now, because this is in the luxury category, it has a luxury price point. Hold on to your hats. It's $140, and this is half a fluid ounce. Now, I've been using this for a month. I don't think it's anywhere close to empty, but to be continued. I will post a message on this video when I get to the end and have an idea of how long this is going to last. I'm not one to normally buy luxury beauty or skincare. There are so many options at the drugstore now for beauty and skincare that you don't have to spend a ton of money. But I did have a birthday recently, and I went on a little trip, and I was actually in an area with lots of wonderful shopping that I don't have where I live, luxury department stores and such, and I actually got this at Nordstrom, and the person that worked there was so helpful and so nice, and I really appreciated her advice on this product. I had actually first seen this exact product via another YouTube influencer named Nicole Johnson, and I'll put her handle down at the bottom there. I love her videos. She's one of my favorite content creators. But I saw her using this and I thought, that's interesting. I went over to the website and took a look and, had sticker shock, and so I didn't end up purchasing it. I had seen it about a year ago. But with the birthday, it's nice to kind of splurge a little bit on something I wouldn't normally purchase for myself, and that's why I bought it. The second item works so well with this first item, the Rose de Mai Eye Lift, that I'm going to include that, and it's a beauty product, and it is the Chantecaille Camouflage Stylo, and it looks like this. And I wish I could tell you what color I use, but I don't have the box anymore, and I cannot see anything on this tube itself to tell me what color I'm using. But anyhow, let's talk about what this is. So this is a lightweight somewhat sheer. This is not a full coverage concealer, which doesn't work for me and my dry eyes. It never turns out. So I need something light. This is a click up pen type applicator with the brush. Now, you can go ahead and put the brush right on, but because I need to make sure I don't get too much, I have a tendency to, more is more, and with concealer that doesn't work for me. So I click it up onto the brush and then I take it on my finger and I gently tap it in. I let it sit for 5-10 seconds and then blend it in the rest of the way, and that works really well for me. And of course, because this is a corrector pen, you can use this in other areas on the face as well. Sometimes I'll use it, the classic redness around the nose. I have rosacea, so sometimes I'll use a little gentle wash of it here. But I'll tell you what I love the most about this is that it works in conjunction with this Rose de My eye lift so beautifully. So back to the eye lift, this does not dry down quickly at all. So I put this on while I'm doing my skincare, and then it's probably 5 to 10 minutes later before I am starting to put on makeup. So the first thing I'll do is I'll go ahead and grab this while that eye lift is still a little bit moist, and I'll put this on, and it just works beautifully. When I tried this in the store, I didn't hold out a lot of hope for it. I have purchased, I cannot even tell you how many concealers this past year to try and deal with a very dry under eye. So I thought I'm just going to try this and let's see what happens. And so we put it on, and I walked around the different cosmetic counters and looked at various things, and I kept grabbing a mirror and looking and being, oh my gosh, it's not creasing, it's not caking. Okay, let's give it 5-10 more minutes. Kept looking around, and honest to God, this stuff, it looked so great. It was kind of hard to resist purchasing it. This has a little bit better price point as a makeup. I believe it was $54 or $56. I'll look that up and have that down below. But it's still a lot of money, of course, for a concealer, right? That you can get at the drugstore for less than $10. But it works so well for me that I'm kind of hooked at this moment. And because these worked so well, maybe I'll try some other Chantecaille products. We'll see what happens with that. Now, will I repurchase these when I run out? The answer today would be yes. Now let's see what happens. Skin goes through changes, things change, and so I can't promise you that will happen. But as of right now, this minute, you better believe it. This is working so well for me that it's going to be hard to resist. But let's see what happens in 4 to 6 months as these run out, and are they still working as well as they did at the start? Is my skin still in the same place? It's winter time, right? So when I purchased this a month ago, it was November. Things were starting to change a little bit with the weather, and it has worked really well. I don't know what it will be like in the summer months. We'll see. We'll see if it still is something that works really well for me. Now, I promised at the beginning of this video that I was going to share my #1 concealer hack with you, and so I want to tell you about that now. And I do it with these products that I'm discussing today, but I also have used it in the past with other concealers, and it works pretty darn well. And that is, once you have the concealer on, you take a finishing spray. Anyone will do. I just happen to have this NYX matte finish, and you're going to spray just a little into your palm, half a spray. You don't want too much. Tap in, tap off in a dry spot on your hand, and then gently tap that in on your under eye. Now, let that sit 15-20 seconds, then go in with a powder. I really like this Wet n Wild Photo Focus powder and a puff, and I take a little bit of the powder, tap that off, and then I just go in and press that in, and it makes it last all day. That is my process. It might sound like a lot, like really extra, but it's not, and it only takes a few seconds to do that, and then I get that flawless airbrushed finish all day long. Is Chantecaille a brand that you have tried? And if so, what do you think of it, and what products have you used? I'd be very curious to hear if that works for you. Well, that's all I have today. I want to thank you so much for stopping in and sharing this time with me. I really enjoyed making this video and sharing this information about Chantecaille with you. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. It really helps a lot. And if you'd like to see more content from me, go ahead and hit subscribe and join my small but growing community where we talk about all things beauty, skincare, and lifestyle for those of us over 50. So thanks. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.